one, it's been very humbling for one. And then two, it just opened my mind and my body up to what I can actually do. Like all the punches I can throw, how my body can work as one together. Like, you know, jab, right hand, hook, kick, side kick, leg kick, knee. It's so many different combinations, and then also you can add in the punches with the takedowns, and you got to avoid those things too. So the different defenses, it's just so much to learn. And sometimes I like to tell the coaches like, hey, I'm having I'm having a brain freeze. You know, can we just, you know, focus on, you know, 5 or 6 things, and then but it's like I learned everything so fast that the coaches want to teach me more and more all in one day, and it's like, okay, that's enough. Kicking takedowns and avoiding takedowns have been the easiest thing that I've learned, and I thought that would be super hard, especially like the wrestling part, because, you know, in boxing you don't like to get grabbed, but I actually enjoy learning how to manipulate the body weight and how to use my weight, which I've already used it before, but now just using it to my advantage, or, you know, if they're using too much of their strength, how I can manipulate them and move them. And I kind of thought that wrestling would frustrate me, but it doesn't. The hardest thing is jiu-jitsu for me. And even though I do it every day and I, you know, train and, you know, you do it over and over again, it's still like some stuff, it's just like fighting on the ground is hard. I'm so used to standing up, so now it's like I'm on the ground, so it just doesn't feel as good. Holly, I just said to enjoy the process, train, and have fun. You know, make it my own style. You know, yeah. So, but Holly has been super like supportive. I mean, inside the gym, outside the gym, we have Sunday dinners together. You know, text sometime. And when I'm there, like, you know, we can hang out a little bit. And it's been like, she's super cool, super down to earth. Super cool. I love it. Absolutely. And they're not just telling me that because I'm Claressa Shields, I'm a great boxer, but they're saying that off of my work ethic. You know, I think after the first week after training at Jackson Wing Gym, Coach Wink, Coach Jackson, freaking Johnny Bones, everybody was just like, yo, Claressa, like, you're a workaholic, you're special, and you're going to have a great future in MMA. Longer you just keep training as hard as you train. And just hearing that was like, all right, at least I know that I can do the training. Because that was something that I was worried about too. Like, can I even do all this training? Can I do kickboxing and mixed martial arts and wrestling, jiu-jitsu? Like, can I even practice all those things and my body adjust to it? And that was a concern that I had. But going to Jackson Wink, everything just has been going so smooth, and it all worked out. I don't know. I was in training camp. We had contracts signed. Everything was good. I don't know exactly what happened. I know that I actually had a conversation with Dana after everything got canceled. And he had just, you know, said he was sorry that everything fell through. And that it was something about the bubble. I don't know if it was a bubble concern, which I didn't even need to go on. I didn't ask him in full detail. I was so disappointed. I just kind of had to move on to the next thing. But that's what happened. It was something about a bubble, but contracts were signed, opponents were picked. Another all women's card. Did it have? I don't know what Dana White is doing with that. I mean, he may be taking a step back from it and, you know, and figuring everything out, but I really don't have any idea what's going on with that, or if he's still going to do that. But if he does, of course, I'd be super interested to talk with him and have a great conversation, of course, because me and Dana are actually cool. But I have no idea. That's for him to let you guys know. He can avenge it, but it's going to take some hard work. He's been out of the MMA ring for a while. I mean, I know he had the last fight, but before his last fight, it had probably been like 2 or 3 years. I don't know. I would just say, like, he needs to get out of the boxing mind frame to win that fight. Like, he had his front foot too forward. too much weight on his legs, like, you know, more like a boxer stance. And it was like, he needs to get back to having the light feet, being quick and explosive, using all his attributes, not just his punches, but punches, kicks, knees. Like, he needs to get back creative. But I will tell you what, it's freaking hard to do. It's hard to cut off the boxing switch and hard to cut on the MMA switch. Like, when you're doing both, right? It's hard. You have to be very mentally strong to say, you know what? This is MMA. Everything goes. And you have to click that button, and then you have to go to boxing, and then you have to say, this is boxing. There's rules. All right. So it's hard. And I can just imagine that after being out of the cage for so long, that his mind was just to fighting and landing those big right hands and stuff. Like, it probably didn't even generate in his mind like MMA, everything. So he needs to go to his mind and just click on the everything switch. To me, Johnny Bones is the GOAT in MMA, but Conor McGregor was considered the GOAT once upon a time too, and they're both, you know, great in their own right. And I just feel like when Conor reached out, I felt like in a way that he actually cared, you know, and he was wishing me good luck. And that's what I appreciated most. Was like, he didn't have to give me any advice. He could have just seen it and kept going. But instead, he was like, I'm gonna give out this advice, and it was great advice. I took it, I use it, and hopefully everything goes how it's supposed to go.